Since your mind can only hold one thought at a time, why do we let negative thoughts live in our minds rent-free? Let's kickstart your week by cleaning out the mental junk drawer. You see, your thoughts shape your nervous system, your energy, and your self-worth. So let's take back control. This episode is your reminder that you don't need to believe everything you think, especially the thoughts that were never yours to begin with. You're going to interrupt the spiral, rewrite the narrative, and replace mental noise with clarity, confidence, and calm. Because you're not just thinking your way through parenting, you are leading with your mind. Let's make it a powerful place to lead from. Did you know that your mind can only hold one thought at a time? Einstein said it, and neuroscience backs it up. I know. You feel like you've got multiple voices arguing in your head all day long. But the truth is, your brain is not processing them all at once. It is rapidly switching between thoughts, giving the illusion of mental chaos, when really it's just one dominant thought at a time. That's taking the central stage. And that one thought, it becomes your mood, your momentum, your identity, if you let it stick around long enough. So the real question is, which thought are you choosing to give the microphone to? Because that thought isn't just speaking. It is affecting your mood, your energy, your actions. That thought isn't just whispering. It's nudging you with excuses. Just snooze that alarm. You went to bed late. You don't need to go for the run today. It's raining anyway. Don't worry about doing that activity with your kid. You can start fresh tomorrow. But that whisper, it's directing your decisions. And those decisions, they're shaping your identity. That's why Linda Clement's words hit me so hard during the Mind Valley event. She asked, why do we let negative thoughts live in our minds rent-free? And honestly, why do we? Why do we allow the lies, the fears, the outdated stories to pull up the chair, unpack their bags, and dictate how you feel when they have done nothing to earn that space? Okay, let me paint you a picture. You're standing in the middle of your kitchen, barefoot, in pajamas. The baby's crying, your phone is buzzing with unread texts, and there is a full-blown cereal explosion from the hallway to your toes. It's 7:12, and you haven't even had your first sip of coffee. And then it comes. Not just a thought, a gut punch. I'm a mess. I can't keep up. Everyone else is doing it better. And before you know it, you're not just cleaning up Cheerios. You're spiraling into shame, overwhelm, and that familiar sense of failure. And all it took was one thought. Here is what no one tells you. A single negative thought can take root like a weed in just 4 to 6 seconds. And it only takes 30 seconds for a negative thought to completely hijack your entire nervous system. One lie can spiral into a bad day, but one powerful reframe can reclaim it. That's how you go from calm to chaos, from grounded to reactive, from I've got this to I'm not enough. The thought you dwell on becomes your identity. So today, we're going to pull those weeds out at the root. This mindset shift episode is about action over emotion and gratitude over fear. Because while your brain was built for survival, you were born to thrive. And that shift, it's not emotional. It's biological. You see, negative thoughts trigger the sympathetic nervous system, also known as fight or flight response. Your heart races, your stress hormones spike, you're no longer parenting with presence, you're surviving by default. And here is the wild part. Your brain doesn't care whether it's a saber-toothed tiger or a never-ending to-do list. Your body reacts the same. According to neuroscience and Hebbian theory, neurons that fire together wire together. So if the thought you hold on the longest is, I'm not enough, that becomes your identity, your decisions, your emotional blueprint. But it doesn't have to be this way, because you are not responsible for the first thought, but you are responsible for the next one. Okay, let's zoom out. Your brain evolved to prioritize threat, not beauty, not peace, threat. Why? Because for 2.5 million years, your ancestors didn't need positive thinking. They needed to not get eaten. So your brain isn't designed to seek truth or happiness or bliss. It is designed to scan for danger. And today's tigers, it's the comparison scroll, the guilt of not serving your little one broccoli for dinner, the fear you're messing it all up. But here's the truth. You are not in a jungle anymore. You are in your kitchen, and the only lion is the one in your head. Roaring fears that are not even real. I remember a morning just like that. I snoozed the alarm 4 times. Opened Instagram before I even opened both eyes. Spilled my coffee. Missed a bill deadline. And Adrian, he turned the wall into his personal art gallery with a permanent marker. By the way, pro tip, a little sunscreen spray works magic on that kind of masterpiece. In the meantime, what did I think? I'm a disaster. I can't even keep it together. And that thought, it settled in fast and started rearranging the furniture in my mind until I stopped. I went upstairs and made my bed, took 3 deep breaths, reheated my coffee, and whispered, "You're not a mess. You're just having a messy morning." And that one shift changed everything. Now, let's get real, because talk is cheap, but behavior doesn't lie. You think, I am a procrastinator. Here is the tip. Prove the opposite with your actions. Open your laptop. Set a 10-minute timer. That's momentum in motion. Or, let's say you think, I'm not a morning person. First time you hear the alarm, get up anyway. You just rewired your belief. Or you think, I'm disorganized. Clear that one drawer. Donate that pile of jeans from, 2011, the ones you had to wet and stretch just to button. You just shut that voice up and proved it wrong with one glorious move. Or you may be thinking, I'm just not good at this. Take one tiny step and say, I am not good at this yet. That is rewiring in action. You see, you don't need a complete reinvention. You need one new thought followed by one new behavior, because behavior doesn't lie. Self-worth is not built through thoughts alone. It is built through how you show up for yourself and for others. And when in doubt, lean on gratitude. Gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your calm state. It brings you out of chaos and into calm, out of fear and into focus. If enlightenment is 100 on the human evolution scale, gratitude scores a high 90. It's ancient, it's powerful, and it works. So next time you feel the spiral starting, do this. Pause and ask, what am I feeling? Is it serving me? Then name one thing you're grateful for, just one. And it doesn't have to be profound. Something as simple as a fresh breeze, warm sun, or hot coffee that's actually still hot. That one thought, it shifts your nervous system and your body. It calms your presence, and that energy, your child feels it instantly, because children don't just hear your words, they absorb your state. They ride the emotional current you're sending out, whether it's calm or chaotic. And that brings us to this. Think of emotions being like waves. You can't stop them from rising, but you can choose whether or not to ride them all the way in. You don't have to get swept away every time fear, frustration, or doubt shows up. You can pause, breathe, and watch it pass. And then choose a better one to surf on. Because here's the truth. Your thoughts are like waves. They're neutral until you believe in them. So try this. Imagine you're standing on the shore of your mind. Watch the waves roll in without judgment. Some will be messy, some will be loud, some familiar, but not every wave deserves your energy or attention. Just because a thought shows up doesn't mean you have to believe it. You are not your fear. You are not your doubt. And you are certainly not the voice that says, I can't do this. Don't judge your thoughts. Guide them. Choose only the ones that serve you. Remember, you are bigger than your emotions, bigger than the limiting beliefs trying to hold you back. And if you take one thing from this episode, let it be this. You are not responsible for the initial thought, but you are 100% responsible for the second one, the one you choose on purpose. Every negative thought is an opportunity. It's a test, and you always have the option to choose better. That is the power of awareness. It doesn't erase the waves. It teaches you how to ride them with grace. So here is your challenge this week. Catch one negative thought, just one. Don't judge it, don't shame it, don't spiral, just catch it. Then choose the next thought on purpose and make it 1% more true, 1% more powerful. Then take one tiny action that backs it up. No grand gestures, just aligned movement, because you're not here to be perfect. You are here to be present. You are here to show up for yourself, one choice, one breath, one new thought at a time. And you are not the voice in your head. You are the one deciding whether or not to believe it. Okay, my sweet friend, that's your mindset reset for today. And if this landed in your heart, share it with another friend who needs this reminder. Because you are worthy. You are powerful. And no, you don't have to let negative thoughts build a home in your mind, rent-free on top of that. Let's lead with clarity. Let's anchor in gratitude. Let's reclaim your mental real estate one thought at a time. Thanks for tuning in, my friend, and I cannot wait to see you next time.